Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am on to the last ball on the pom-pom bath mat. So a couple of days I'll have this finished. I'll just get to the end of this row and then I can tell you what else I've been doing. Just a couple of more pom-poms. You're always happy when I get to the end, near the end of when I'm done with these pom-pom ones. They are just a little bit awkward to knit, you know. You have to keep making sure you pull the pom-pom round and then make sure on the stitches in between, because there's 2 stitches in between pom-poms, but the row you start with, you only do 1 at the start and 1 at the end, and you have to make sure that you don't miss any of those 2 in the middle and only do a 1, or you're going to knock the thing out. You're going to have a loose stitch in the middle. So I'm going to put that down anyway and put the, as you can see, it's coming on, it's nearly finished. And I put the needle inside because I wouldn't want to lose any stitches at this stage. And put the other needle in because I'll be finished with that now anyway. I'll be going down for my lunch soon because it is. Pull her in that way and that way as well too. It is nearly time for my lunch, but I've done a little bit of this one as well. A little Sophie scarf, or you could see it like a necktie really type of thing. That's how far I've got with that. I think I did about that much, just done a few rows, only spent about half an hour knitting a few rows on it, so I'll not be long before I get that finished. And I'll put that, I know I'll do a little bit of this while I'm sitting knitting and talking. And I was at my bingo last night. I won £20. So me and my friend had £10 each. And the weather was fine. The snow had gone, practically all gone. There was still a little bit on my estate. It had practically all gone. But it did snow while we were in there. But it also rained, so that snow had turned to slush. And it was okay driving home, not until I came to my estate. It was slush up Throckley where the bingo was and a little bit way down the A1, but it was a lot colder. It must be coming nearer the coast where I live. It was like the skating rink on my estate. I had to be very careful driving down the road, and where I live, it's a big circle, but you have a road leading off coming down to that circle, so I had to be very careful because when I was turning the corners, the wheels were just spinning on my car, so I had to be very slow and make sure I kept the car under control. But that was that. But we did have a little bit excitement in the bingo last night. Our friend Maria, the young girl, well, she's not that young girl actually, she's probably in her 30s I think now. She had she was expecting a baby any day, and we have what's called the key draw, where we buy a ticket, and if your ticket comes up, you win all the money that's for everyone that's bought the ticket. So keep half of the money to go into a box and you can win £1,500. I think it was about probably near like £200 what won, and it was Maria's number that came up. She didn't win the 1,500 in the box, but when she was sitting back down again, she was complaining. She said, "Oh, I've got wind and pain and that." And I was saying to Molly, because where you sit, there's my friend Anne, then there's me, then there's Molly, and then there's Maria sits next to Molly. on her table. And I kept looking every so often. I could see her wincing and that. And I said to Molly, Molly, I says, is Maria all right? I says, she looks to me like she's having pains. And she says, Molly, that's what I just said. And she says, I says, Maria. She says, yes, I'm having contractions. So I says, you mean you've come here? I says, you must have known before you come to the bingo. She says, I didn't. She says, well, she says, I did, my water's broke, but I thought, oh, I've got hours and hours before. I says, Maria, this is your sixth child. This is her sixth time. She's got 4 little girls and another little boy. I says, this is your sixth time. I says, it gets quicker and quicker each time. But she says, I'm waiting, I'm not going home till I finish this bingo. So we're in the middle of calling the bingo numbers, and Kathy, who calls the numbers, heard, and she was saying, do we have any doctors or nurses in here in case there's going to be a baby born in the bingo tonight? And she says, mine, Maria, she says, if you have that baby in this club, I hope you're going to call him Jack, because that's the Union Jack where we go to. So there was a lot of laughing and that going on, and poor Maria, every so often I could see, she was having a contraction. I think she had actually drove. She doesn't live very far. She usually walked over when she came over, but she had drove over in a car. So she says, I'm driving over in my car. She says, I wasn't walking over tonight just in case. But she says, I wasn't missing my bingo for anything. So that was a little bit of excitement. So Maria's baby's probably here now. And I'll have to get in touch with Molly, and we'll see, and we'll probably go down and see her. You're not in hospital very long these days when you have babies. I think more or less the same day sometimes to send you home. So that was a little bit of excitement in the Jack last night. The things people will do, and she must have known, she was going to start her contractions if her waters had broke. But she did say, I said to her at first, like when she got up to get the money for when she had won the key draw, I says it must have been exciting of winning that, and she said, oh no, she says, me waters broke earlier on before I came out the night. Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I'm doing a little bit, knitting that what I can, and until lunchtime, and I'll start on I'll put this down, but I do have to go to the post office today because I have sold one of my little cardigans, with a little hat. So I do have to go to the post office to post that. So I did a little bit of this in my bingo last night. I think I was in the middle of a row and I had to stop because the bingo was starting again, so I didn't get the row finished. I'll just knit across to the end of the row. But I was knitting on my straight needles at home, but I always change to my circulars when I go in to the bingo, because it takes up less room in the bag. I don't have great big needles sticking out. And so I'll just finish to the end of this row. Oh, and Maria told us when Kathy said you better be calling that baby Jack if you happen to have it in the club, which is he's going to be called Lennox, never mind Jack. So if you did, we had a good laugh last night, at poor Maria's expense. So I just need to do this. I don't like leaving my knitting in the middle of the row, but I didn't have time because I had to stop the bingo was starting, and I nearly missed that house for the we won the £20. Me and my friend Anne always tell each other if we're waiting for one number, and one number came out and it left me waiting for number 82. So I nudged Anne, I said, I'm waiting for 82. And she said 82 straight after, and I didn't realise at first. Anne's going, that's your number, and she's shouting for me as well. I nearly missed it. And I seen her, I said, Anne, well, hold your horses, stop having kittens. I said, she's heard us. Because if the next number, she had just started, she didn't finish the whole of the next number. If she had said the next number and somebody else had shouted house on that, we would have had to share that because I missed the number before that. But I would have still got half of the money, we would have had to share it. So I'm glad she didn't finish saying the second number, or I would only have got £10. Because somebody else was actually ready to shout for the next number. But anyway, there, I've finished that row, and I'll probably put it back onto my straight needles when I'm doing that. Sometimes I like the straight needles and sometimes I like the circular. It's just the way I happen to feel, but I like to be doing the straight needles when I'm doing these. But I have been doing something else. I'm going to show you something to see if you can guess what this is. I'm folding it and thingy. Can anybody guess what that is? This is something, it's just all scraps, little scraps of wool. I'm going to show you what it's for. I'm hiding it so you can't see it like I did on. It's a mug cozy. You know, I have one of those things that you plug into your computer, and the bottom, when you stand your cup on it, it's supposed to heat up and keep your tea hot, but it doesn't really work that well. I don't know whether it's my cups, because not this one's so bad, but I have a set that goes with all my plates and everything, and they are quite heavy, and the heat just doesn't get through to the cup. You can feel when you touch the bottom, it heats the bottom of the cup, but that heat, the cups are so strong and thick, it doesn't go through to the liquid that's inside. So I was sick of making myself cups of tea and coffee and then doing something on my computer and forgetting about it. It was cold by the time I got to drink it. So that's what I've made, and that is just little scraps. You can see, just little scraps. That's all that are. Anything I had with chunky or Aaron, and I just kept. I'll take it off and show you what I did. I may do a tutorial for this on my crochet channel, but I crocheted the circle part first, and then when I come to do this part, I just kept going around and round, and I thought I'm going to have to leave a slit for the handle, so I kept going, make a slip stitch and going round again, another slip stitch round again. So I kept just going round and round and backwards and forwards like that until I got up to the top, and I just kept measuring it on my cup as I was doing it until I got the right size. But you know, nearly all my cups are the same like this. I'm going to show you where the handle comes all the way up like that. So when you drink from it, you're going to have to drop the side down, you know, a little bit when you actually drink, or else you're going to have a mouthful of wool. So I hope everybody likes that, and you look forward if I do a tutorial. I'm going to sort some, it's best done with either chunky or Aaron, because you want it thick enough to keep the cup warm, to keep the tea hot inside the cup. So I think just ordinary double knitting just wouldn't be thick enough and wouldn't keep the heat in enough. So but probably chunky would probably be best, because I think you can see it goes a bit thin there. That's Aaron, that's chunky, that's Aaron at the top, and a little bit white. I think I finished it off with a little bit white. And all I did was join all those with the magic knot, so they're all little knots all over, because you can see this. I started off with this little bit here, which is Aaron, and then I did a little bit that is Aaron, and then I think I went to chunky. I'll have to have a look. Yes, that is the chunky on there, and then I did the like the edge, you know, to finish off the circle before you go up the sides. So that's chunky, that's Aaron, that's chunky, that's Aaron, and that's a little bit chunky. So it's in and out all the way up. So I think if I do the tutorial, I think maybe the chunky would be best. But it's best you just do your circle. And I kept putting my cup on till I got the circle. It only took 1, 2, 3 lots. I did it on, I think it was 8mm hook. I might do it on a smaller hook for the bottom bit to bring it in a little bit next time. Maybe it's on 7 instead of 8. So that's my video today. So if you like that, thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all another time, show you what I get up to next time. So bye for now.